Ampera with the AMP token is going absolutely bonkers today. Let's have a look at who's actually buying here. Is this smart retail? Is this the whales? Is this manipulation? Let's have a look at the data most people are not considering. Now here's the rally I'm talking about. We are up more than 160% today alone. This month we almost 4x'd, but when we zoom out a little we can see that the bear market wasn't too nice to AMP. What happened there? So you can already see from the intro that I'm not going to bore you with the marketing jazz on the website. Instead, let's have a look at the things that really matter. In the end, we want to know where is the price going, and for that we need to understand demand versus supply. That in the end makes up the price. So what's happening with supply? There is conflicting information here. On CoinMarketCap, apparently only 42% of all of AMP tokens are circulating. So the market cap is 600 million, the fully diluted market cap is 1.4 billion, meaning that at some point supply should be increasing by another 2.5x, but it's not the whole story. Here is a very odd chart. This is Messari.io and this shows the circulating supply over time. We started off with 36 billion at the beginning of 2021, then went up all the way to 77 billion to then come down again. This is very strange. Now on CryptoRank.io, we see who got the tokens. So 20% went to the team, 25% to grants, 25% to development, etc. You can see it by yourself. Even CoinGecko has a dedicated page with a very similar breakup. But here's something interesting. Also on CoinGecko, we can see the number of circulating AMP tokens over time. And what we are seeing over here is that we are hitting maximum supply of 100 billion at the end of 2022. So apparently there is no more token inflation. Apparently at 100 billion, all of the AMP is circulating. So it appears that CoinMarketCap might be wrong because here it's 42 billion. Messari.io might be wrong as well. Here it's 56 billion. But when we look on-chain simply at the token minting events, then we can indeed see how the circulating supply grew over time. And we can indeed see that we are indeed at least very close to those 100 billion. And so I believe that the circulating supply is not expanding further from here, so we are relatively safe. The question is the team still motivated if they don't get new token allocation? What about the developer activity? And that's the nice thing about crypto. Things tend to be very transparent. People show off their activity. What we have over here is the GitHub repository, so the place where the programmers submit their code changes. And when we look at the history here, then the news, unfortunately, aren't that great. Apparently there was an update yesterday, but just look at this graph. It was pretty much no activity whatsoever in the year. I don't know what happened yesterday. It just looks like an automatically generated snapshot of a kind. But the other repositories have an update here in 2021, another one in 2020. So really, if this is the main GitHub repository, the development seems to be pretty much dead. But what's going on then with that price? Why are we almost 4xing? Let's dive deeper on chain. Let's have a look at the holders. And yes, there are centralized exchanges that play with the token. For example, we've got Binance over here, we've got Gemini over here, but most of the tokens are in a staking contract. Now let's have a look what happened to that staking contract. Those 26% of all of the supply. Here's the token balance over time. This is neither growing nor shrinking, so probably not too much impact on the price. Now what would be interesting then is, do we see manipulation potentially? And in order to answer this, I have built a tool. I've built a tool to see the number of holders depending on a minimum holding threshold. So we can distinguish small retail from the whales. On the left side, we've got the number of wallets that hold at least 100,000 AMP tokens. So at the current price, that's $1,400. That's what I'd consider retail. In the middle, we've got medium-sized retail. That's now a 10x from the left chart. That's $14,000 minimum holding. And on the right side, we've got the whales. That's now $140,000 worth of holding. Now, isn't that interesting how many whale wallets there actually are? Usually the jump from medium-sized to whales wouldn't just reduce the number of holders by 2.5. It would shrink them maybe by a factor of 10. So are those all organic whales? Are these all organic wallets? Or is there maybe some manipulation here even on chain? I don't have a clear answer, but what I can tell you is that small retail is simply just buying and holding and forgetting about the token independent of the price development over the long term. So this chart here starts in 2020, and then for some reason medium-sized holders and whales had a massive jump in June of 2021. and retail continues to accumulate, but those whales don't. At least the number of whales isn't growing. But again, what happened here? Do we suddenly see an explosion of holders? Here are the exact same charts, but only for the last month. So this time horizon here matches 100% with this price development. So a little bit of a rally, a little bit of a retraction, then a sudden spike up, but we barely see this in the number of holders. The wallets that hold $1,000 worth of the token went from 4,950 to a bit over 5,000 temporarily. Now it's back down. So clearly it's not a lot of people that are supporting this rally. Clearly this is initiated by just a few people with very deep pockets that have a plan here. I do have the impression that this is manipulation, but it's not obvious manipulation. It's not the typical manipulation we would see on centralized exchanges usually. Because when we look at the spot trading volume, it's not like Binance is dominating this with 300 times the market cap in the last 24 hours. We don't see anything like this. We don't see massive activity. We also do not have a lot of perpetual futures. This is normally where we'd see a lot of manipulation going on. So whoever is manipulating here is doing this quite differently to the regular crypto manipulations. I've never seen a manipulation like this, but I'm pretty sure it is manipulation. I don't think this is natural. Otherwise, we'd see way more buyers on chain. Now, if you're interested in this tool and you want to plug in any Ethereum-based token in this, then feel free to check out the premium membership. The link is down below, thebitcoinstradio.com. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. If you've got Telegram, feel free to join us. The link is as well down below.